I needed to get some of that ant killing stuff, you know, those little plastic traps that kill ants. So I went to Menards, and every time I go to Menards, I actually look at the electronic junk section, and I found something new. It's an even crappier watch. iTime Bluetooth smartwatch activity tracker. This cost me $8.98. What a bargain! That's like half the price of that that watch that I bought last fall, which I think I still have floating around someplace. This can read my blood pressure. Oh, well, it's not going to be good. Message notification, a camera remote. Oh, probably can control your camera. So I'm assuming this is some sort of Bluetooth device. Wow, these are incredibly minimalist instructions. How to charge. USB charger. Doesn't even come with a charger? Oh wait, no, there's some instructions. Oh man. I don't need to go to the optometrist. I've got my my vision test right here. Apparently, 1.3 inch smart Bluetooth watch, accurate pedometer, deeply life waterproof. The deeply life aquatic. Well, how do I get the... Oh, you really have to pull that. Oh no! Oh no! You're supposed to put that into a USB port. Yeah, because you can. Yeah, you're gonna have power or 5 volts and ground. Oh my gosh! Does it have enough? Oh, that's terrible. Well, at least with no data pins, I don't have to worry about it installing a rootkit on my laptop. Why am I putting this into my laptop? Charging it on the table. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Here we go. Let's just. Whoa! I'll fix it. I'll fix it. There we go. Beauty. I actually have tears in my eyes. I have to wipe my eyes. Oh my gosh. That was worth the $9 right there. How do you turn it on? Is there a button? Oh. There's no physical button on it. Well, I figured worst case for $9, get a little screen and a lipo. Oh, look, that must be the heart rate monitor. Oxygen sensor. Yeah, well, kind of like the Apple Watch, it shines a light, or it does it optically. That's how it determines your blood. Does it do blood oxygen level, or just heart rate monitor and blood pressure? How the heck can this thing test my blood pressure? How are you supposed to read this? Maybe it's like, we can only afford this much paper, but we have this much information to convey. And this is all in one language too, so make the text really small. Oh my gosh, it says 3 seconds? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Maybe the battery's flat. Well, let's compare it to that Menards smartwatch I bought last year. It's a lot smaller, which is actually good. The case is plastic, as is this, whereas this one's actually metal and glass. Did this thing hold a charge? Probably not. LiPo's gonna be bugger all size. Oh no! Oh, it was worth $9 alone. That was quite the laugh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in months. Well, at least weeks. From a distance, the ladies might just mistake this for an Apple Watch, especially if I paint it gold. Also, whose wrist is this designed for? Rooney Mara's? Look at all these holes, how much smaller you can go. Like, what is this, a watch for ants? Nothing can stop big old screwdriver. Yes, I know I could puncture the LiPo battery with my Dremel, but this battery's so small it probably couldn't take out a group of ants. They'd be like, oh my gosh, It's the mother of all bombs. It can take out a group of ants. Like that one Pixar movie, Up. It is interesting to see the precipitous drop in quality from a $16 crappy smartwatch to a $9 crappy smartwatch. I guess $16 is... Once you go below 15, I guess all bets are off. Right to repair, right? Hey, everybody. Oh, wait. I think I've got some purchase here. Oh, look, the other watch band is also shaped like a USB plug. Just not populated. It seems like some of the stuff is actually attached to this back panel here. This poor watch is like, I didn't ask for this. It's like, you were born to suffer. Man, this watch is built like Oak Island. Interesting choice. Here's my tweezers. What? Oh. It's a tiny LiPo battery. And then looks like the speaker. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, and then they got a ribbon cable going to the sensor. Oh, God. That's bugger all to this thing. Well, there's your amazing charging terminals right there. V-Bus. Look at how many things are not popped on it. Kind of wondering, this might be like a base unit used to build other things. Oh, look, there's a little connector there. See, they could have made it cheaper. Not much, but... Shiloh, when I was young, I used to call your name when no one else would come. Shiloh, you always came. Come to me. Battery's not even listed. It's probably, I don't know, 75 milliamps. It's pretty small. We could hook up a pre-charged LiPo just to get this thing to fire up. Oh yeah, this battery will make our chooch all right. Let's just get in there. This thing is so light, it's like just flopping all over my table. Flapping in the breeze. Best solder job ever. Whoa, look at that! Wow, steps. Beats per minute. Let's zoom in on this goodness. Where'd it go? Oh, color screen. Full battery. Oh, it's not a touch screen. Yeah, it makes sense because there's just one touch sensor, which is this button, which they could easily do that with a pin on the microcontroller. So pretty much everything must be controlled through the phone, and then you just see the data here. Screen's not very bright, but the resolution is decent. It's probably 320 by 320. Oh no, I got the sensor stuck. I tested the other little battery that came out of it. It only had 3 volts. It was pretty bone dry. Or flat, as they'd say in England. Those Americans have such terrible use of English. Not as good as our country. Oh dear, my battery's gone flat. Do you mean your battery has gone back to your apartment? No, you silly woman. I mean the battery has gone flat. Oh, you mean it doesn't have any juice? That's right. Why do I sound like the worm from Labyrinth? I don't know. I was surprised the worm was actually a male. I always thought it was female. No, it's a male. Says come on inside, meet the missus. Or perhaps the worm is in a progressive advanced type of relationship for 1986, the year in which that movie was released. What are you getting on about? You know what I mean. No, I don't. Ah. Wow. Wait a minute. Are they covering up part of the screen? Not really. Where's the sensor? Oh, there it is, see? And then strip of metal. Yeah. Well, not even a strip of metal, just... Oh, that's that It's an adhesive-backed conductive foam you see like in computers.
I've got to solve this labyrinth. Oh, hello, I'm a worm. I'm stuck in the labyrinth. Hey, Missy, have you thought to consider that maybe the labyrinth is a metaphor for your own sexual awakening as a young woman? What do you mean? Well, in Greek mythology, that was a big thing. But instead of a minotaur at the center of this labyrinth, there's a David Bowie. The Goblin King, he took my brother. Well, you did give your brother away. What do you mean? Well, you did say, I want the Goblin King to take my brother. I am Jennifer Connelly, and I was in The Rocketeer. I said none of those things. Well, I've got to go into the center of the labyrinth now. Goodbye. Is this...
Oh, that's just a white reflector.
Ben's having imaginary conversations involving the worm from Labyrinth. He's really gone off the deep end this time. Oh no! Oh no, I tore the traces! Oh, that's too bad. Oh, see, they had two different ways to attach the screen. Chip select, RS, LED, LED. Oh, it's probably just like a little spy screen or something. Which means it would have been reusable if I hadn't destroyed it. Yeah, maybe it's not completely destroyed. Oh, you're a worm. Yes, I'm a worm.
I think I know how this was assembled now. The back of it was one solid piece, and all of the electronics were put in through the front. Oh yeah, it looks like there's a little clasp up at the top. Come on. Happy little clouds. Yep, winner, chicken dinner. Well, they got these compression contacts, which charged it. So this is probably meant to be a multi-purpose board that could be used in a whole plethora of crappy, cheap watches. Oh, but it looks like it's got the programming headers. Kind of like the look. I could make my own watch. See, just like that. See, out of the screen. I had to turn my air conditioner back on. I guess it's, what is it, May 21st? Yeah. Summer is nigh, and then after a few months, it will be Midsummer, the most pretentious movie I've ever seen. Wait. No, that would be Annihilation with Natalie Portman. I pulled off that tape, which I think was really only just insulating it from the touch sensor. And let's say there's a part number. Thing is, even if you just figure out the pinout, you'd also have to figure out the boot sequence to start up the LCD controller, which is actually that little strip right there. Got one of these adapters. I should be able to find the pitch here. I think that's it. Ah, nope, I was one off. It's this one, which is 0.7 millimeter pitch. Okay, where are my scissors? I put it under my microscope here, so I was able to solder the connections. It looks like they're all connected. Number one's a little loose. So what I can do, for some reason, is jumper this to this and then make the screen operate again. Then I can sniff the signals. Fine pitch ribbon cable that I use for products. I'm just going to tin it and reattach it directly to the pins here. Then I can attach it to the breakout board, and it should fire back up. All right, now I just have to attach these thin ribbon cables to the breakout board, and it should be good. It had 12 pins, and this is only 10 wires, but there was like 3 grounds, so we should be fine. Did we get it back from the dead? We did! Yay! Oh no, it turned off. Where's that touch thing? There we go. Now we can probe the signals and figure out what's going on. Pretty bright backlight. Yeah, see, that's just meant to be a reflector to reflect the light back. The inner light, your favorite Star Trek The Next Generation episode. It's actually quite bright. Well, Picard, in your own TV show called Star Trek Picard, we have transferred your consciousness into a android body. Oh, very good, excellent. Of an 80-year-old man. What? Fine. But don't worry. All of your memories that define your life are within this body. What, couldn't you have like removed the parts where I was tortured by the Borg? No, that's still in there. But what about the time I was stuck on a flute planet for like 40 years and then Rick and Morty ripped that episode off? We thought you liked the flute. I think I have the pinout mostly figured out. So from this side to that side, it's ground, 1 volt, 3.3, 3.3, and then command. So there's usually like a pin that if it's high, it's command, or if it's low, it's data, or vice versa. Then after that is chip select. So anytime there's data whatsoever, there's chip select is activated. So that's different from command versus data. So that's how I know that one is chip select. So this is obviously a spy device. So it's going to have a chip select which says, hey, this is the active spy device we want to talk to. And the next pin over from that is the clock. We know it's a clock because it's always in 8 pulses, so it's 1 byte, which is, again, how SPY usually works, so that makes sense. Then after the clock pin is data. We know it's data because it's aligned with the clock, but it's, you know, not always 0 or 1. It varies because it's data. And finally, the last pin appears to be another 3.3 volt voltage rail. So that's pretty much everything, although we don't exactly know what commands are being sent. And I highly doubt I can find a data sheet for this. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. The other thing I'm confused about is the 1 volt. That might be used for the backlight. I guess we can test by disconnecting that wire. I disconnected what I believe to be the LED backlight, and so to test that, I'm going to fire the unit up and light it from behind with my phone, and yep, there you go. That explains it. You know, it's funny. I was looking at a website this morning, and one of the ads was like, this $49 smartwatch can help people in Wisconsin, and it was, and the logo or what was displayed on the watch was this same pattern. So some people are spending $50 for this smartwatch. Like this same pattern is in the, here, I'll put it on the screen. See, it's the same thing. $49 according to the internet. What a ripoff. Kind of took a stab in the dark at what kind of display this is. Thinking it's an ST7789 240 by 240 pixel. Here's a data sheet for such a display. Pinouts mostly match what I found, so that's a good hint. And of course Adafruit has a library for that because they have a library for everything, and hey, it works! Look at that! Easy peasy! Now I'm being a bad boy. I'm running it at 5 volts. Then it turns out the other pins, there's only one VCC. The other VCCs was reset, active, low, so it's high, so that's why it's 3.3 volts. Then it was the anode for the backlight, and then the other one that read 1 volt was actually the cathode, so we could PWM that to change the brightness. It actually does look a little brighter than it did before. Cool, so we have it all figured out. Now I can make my own drivers. So there you go. We bought a cheap, crappy watch at Menards, and we were able to figure out the pinout and get it working with an Arduino and a standard Adafruit library. Pretty cool. I think I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I can maybe make my own watch that is cooler. I mean, look, the screen is, what, 2.5 millimeters thick? Why does the watch have to be so thick? But now I know I can address it and whatnot. I mean, I wouldn't use the Adafruit libraries. I would just, you know, find the commands that I need and then just run it my own way. I mean, for one thing, 240 by 240, what is that? 57K screen buffer just for this. So obviously you probably want to make a tile driver or something. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that video, and if I see anything else at Menards that looks cool and crappy, I'll be sure to give it a buy. Actually, I think I'll probably grab another one of these watches, because like this screen, this same kind of screen, like a 1.3 inch LCD on Adafruit, it's like 16 bucks. Now, of course, that's like $1 for the screen, $15 for New York tax, $1 of profit. But hey, you know, for $9 I can get a screen and a LiPo. Not a bad deal.